Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am here to set up the budget planner for the month of August, and I actually tried something different this month, so I kind of want to share with you guys what it is that I tried. So this is my budget planner. This is our budget planner. This is what we use / what I use to manage our finances. I do consider myself something like the CFO around here, only because honestly I know how much the bills are, I know when they're due, I know all the passwords, I know how much money we're bringing in, how much money we have at all times, how much money we just spent. Like, I pretty much manage all of that. I'm just always been organized in that way. So what I tried new this month is I kind of went through, and we'll just start with this page. I tried to like brain dump literally and list every single thing that I could possibly think of, because now that we're like real life saving for this house and almost finished with having our down payment and the closing costs and all of that, I feel like things have gotten a little bit more real. So I have tried to really be just really on top of the finances, because I feel like it's easy to just kind of get in a habit of like just kind of staying in a habit, I guess you could say. But I've been trying to like push myself to like really try to think, because they're like in July, it's still July. I was really disappointed that I forgot to budget for my best friend's for my best friend's anniversary gift. It wasn't really the fact that like I ended up having to go over budget because of not budgeting for it, but rather because I literally forgot. I felt like that was something that I totally should not have forgotten. So kind of beat myself up about that. So I've been trying to like really use this planner to the best of my ability and go through and just brain dump everything that I can each month about potential expenses. So I'm going to walk through some of these, some of just the brain dumping that I have done for August. Well, I have been doing this in July in preparation for August. The first one is the bonus for my husband. He gets like a quarterly bonus type situation, and that typically comes with his first check of the month. So I'm just kind of notating that here. It is a 3 paycheck month for me, technically 4, but I do get an additional paycheck. One of the checks kind of comes with the other check, so I don't really consider it to be like an additional paycheck. So technically 3, but also technically 4. Also, we have a hotel reserved for New Orleans. We are going there for our birthdays in September, and since we have now booked an Airbnb because we have some people who are going to be joining us, we need to cancel the hotel. But I don't really trust people out like that, not enough to like potentially ruin what will single-handedly be one of the best trips of my life, because I am going to the 5th annual Louisiana concert. It's a festival technically, and I have seen Lil Wayne. Don't judge me for this. I never claimed that I was not a ratchet. Probably 10 or 11 times in concert just in the past 6 or 7 years. And I must be at this festival, and so I have tickets, and I have VIP tickets, and my husband's coming, and we have everything situated, ready to go. And I will, while we did go ahead and book the Airbnb, I'm not going to cancel the hotel until I absolutely have to, which is like a week before. So basically end of August is when I really have to cancel it, but I may try to cancel it before then. So all of that to say, the remainder of our Airbnb, you know how you can do split payments now? That is due 8/24. I am doing this kind of series situation on my channel, and I do have to buy something for it. It's only $4, but I need to buy that on 8/1, and I'm buying that on 8/1 because I do not want to break my no buy July. So I put that here. That's like the first thing that I'm going to buy at midnight because I have been deprived. I did need to book the rental car by 8/31, which, me being me, I went ahead and booked it already. We would not have gotten a rental car if it were just me and my husband. Probably not. Probably wouldn't have. And even if we did, it would have been a smaller one. It would have been maybe like the smallest car that they have. But there are 5 of us, so we're going to get like a van or an SUV. And that's why it's so expensive for 5 days. The 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. the 5th through the 9th, and my husband also gets a discount at 3 or 4 different companies, so that helps some, but it's still kind of expensive. I hate renting cars. Like, I've probably rented 2 in my whole life. Moving on, my mother-in-law's birthday is 8/3, so we already have stuff planned because we didn't really think about it. I mean, okay, so my birthday is important to me. My husband, he doesn't really care much about birthdays, and honestly, I just kind of care about my birthday, so I really don't think that's a problem. I really don't put a lot of time and energy into like other people's birthdays, so it basically just dawned on me the other day that her birthday was coming up, so I'm just going to ask my husband. In recent years, we normally do a gift card to the mall, or you know, we've gotten her like a Fitbit before, and like a Bluetooth speaker, you know, like $125-ish budget type of situation. So I'm just going to see what he would like to do. And I mean, you know, because, you know, it's his mom. So just try to get with him and see what he wants. But I am budgeting for a potential gift, and I will share with you that momentarily. I may be sending swag to one of my friends who is sponsoring a table at this event, and if so, I am just putting a little note here that I may have to buy like additional paper, because I think she's just doing a table though, not like, so that wouldn't really be that expensive, but I put it in here. I need to confirm, but I just went ahead and put it in here, which she told me about that a long time ago. We do need to go see The Lion King, and we actually planned our date night for 8/3 for various reasons, which is my mother-in-law's birthday. So in a perfect world, she would just join us on our excursion for the day, and then maybe we would give her a gift and maybe do something else that she wanted to do, like go to, like, if we go to lunch or dinner, go where she would like to go. That would be my ideal thing for us to do, not my ideal date night, but just like what I would like to happen. So that could be a thing also. There is going to be a planner event where I live, and it's going to be like the largest planner event to date. So instead of paying like $20 for tickets, this is going to be like a huge thing, and tickets are $85 due on 8/10. So I would use my $100 allowance for that, because that's kind of excessive in that when the tickets are 10, 15, 20, I just kind of take it out of miscellaneous, because I think that that's pretty much the only time that I go outside. I mean, I go to my full-time job and I come home, and then I do like a date night or 2 with my husband, but like outside of that, I don't spend a lot of time out in the real world. So I normally was justifying that by saying that it's kind of like pertinent, which it kind of is, but $85 is definitely not pertinent. So I would sacrifice my allowance for that. In recent years, ever since my husband and I have been together, every year I have pre-ordered Madden and NBA 2K20. You know, I get 2K for him every year for his birthday, and that's literally all that he wants. So I don't think he wants Madden this year. So if he just wants NBA 2K whatever, it'll just be $60. Also, I may be attending a planner meetup in Charlotte. This is not like super confidential information. However, it's an event that is not mine, so and it has not been announced yet, so therefore I am not sharing further information, but that could be a thing, for which case I have gone ahead and budgeted for it for travel, which I'll share with you momentarily. And then I am going to a planner meetup in my city. Now, I don't really need money because I've already bought my ticket, but oftentimes I like to bring a little extra because people are there selling things that they have created, paper clips and just like whatever. So sometimes I bring like $20 to that. And then we do have, you know, you guys know I'm part of a mentor program, and the big event is August the 17th. And I believe tickets are like $50 or $30 or something. And I said that I would sponsor some girls. I didn't put an account on it, but the event may be moved, so in which case I would not sponsor them in August, because if it's moved until like the end of the year, then I would just sponsor them a little later. And then I had my husband's birthday wrong. I was in I know when it is, but I was in like this, I was putting 8 for everything, and then I was like, oh snap, that's totally not it. So I had to wait until I got near some tape correction. His birthday is 9/4. Now we are going to New Orleans, and that's going to be our birthday gift to ourselves. So technically I may buy him something else, you know, I don't know, nothing too major, but like NBA 2K, possibly Madden if he wants that, and then our trip to New Orleans is plenty enough because that's expensive. So I do have some birthdays, so I just use these stickers that I found lying around. One of our top goal is to save $4,000 for the house. To cash flow my trip to Houston, I do have to go to Houston for work. To reimburse myself for $200 from one of my business accounts, which is a joint account with my partner. And then birthday shopping for my husband, potentially, and his mom. These are my godchildren. I have 3 and 1 on the way. And sometimes I send them stuff and sometimes I don't. It just really depends on how I'm feeling, to be honest. Like, I'm the kind of wishy-washy when it comes to kids. Like, I always send my friends' birthday gifts and, like, I feel like I do. I'm pretty consistent with my nieces, but I get them things throughout the year, so I really don't focus heavily on birthdays that much. Not for kids or Christmas gifts for kids. I just feel like kids already have a bunch of stuff. No need for me to go giving them $100 toy or whatever. So I'm marking their birthdays because I may, well, all of these people are debatable, to be honest, but I may send them a little something. I might not. It just all depends on how I'm feeling, really. So I'm just kind of wishy-washy when it comes to kid gifts. I do have some more notes here. Their little sister will be born in October, so I have committed to getting, I think, a stroller set, like a stroller car seat set thing. I have the Houston Budget Workshop in August. Again, the games, those same notes. Basically, all the notes are the same. And then budgeting for NOLA. And so I'll put what our debt is on August 1, which is my husband's student loans. And then I will put how much we have saved for the house here. So moving on to the monthly view. This is also something that helps me, and I have a lot going on here because I'm mixing and matching a bunch of stuff because I did not want to print another sticker sheet just to use in this because I feel like it's a waste of money. So I just use like random bits around. That's why it's a bunch of different colors. It's a hot mess. But and I didn't even feel like printing off an August 2019 sticker, so I used some of these stickers from the Happy Planner Alphabet sticker book. But number one goal, save $4,000, and then I do need to schedule my hair appointment. I'll probably do that. The thing is, I'll probably get my hair done at the end of August, or maybe even the beginning, oh my gosh, the beginning of September, because I would likely want it to be done before I go on that trip to New Orleans. So, but I normally have to get my hair done on the weekend, so I may shoot for Sunday, September the 1st. That's probably what I'll do, because it's the whole thing. So anyway, buy the kit on August the 1st, and then I get paid from my full-time job here. This will be our date day, and then my husband's mom's birthday. Our cable and internet bill is due. Etsy payday on Monday, rent, water, possibly pest control due on, they still have not billed us for that. We'll talk about that later. On the 5th, the next financial obligation, well, we do go grocery shopping like every Saturday or Sunday, and we get gas weekly as well. Well, we only have one car right now, so, but we still get gas weekly. And then the next shenanigan would be the 9th, I leave for Texas. The room is paid for, or will come out of the business account. My flight's paid for, and all of that jazz. So I just need to show up and eat, and budget for that. That's when the tickets are due. I come back from Houston on the 11th, and Etsy payday on the 12th. 2 paydays for my full-time job on the 15th, with my husband's full-time job payday on the 15th. Also, his bonus comes like in the form of that same payday on the 15th. Our gym bills are due on the 17th. If I ever make it, I need to make it, but if I ever make it to the gym, well, if I ever make it over that way, I'm going to try to cancel. Well, if I ever make it that way with my husband, I want to cancel his gym membership because he doesn't go, and then he can just go with me, because I'm more likely to go independently than he is. So that's a thing. So I'm going to try to get rid of that bill altogether. Electricity bill will be due around the 18th. I don't know how much it is, but when they send me the amount, which they normally do on the 2nd or the 3rd of the month, I will put it here. Etsy payday, YouTube payday, our student loans are due here, our cell phone bills are due here, remainder of the Airbnb is due here. We will not have a credit card payment, but if there is something that goes on the credit card, we will go ahead and pay it off by the 25th. I think that might actually go on the credit card. Interestingly enough, the credit card is due on the 25th of every month if we have anything due. Sometimes we put stuff on there. The only time I really put on the credit card is like sketchy stuff, like sometimes when I buy like tickets to some events that aren't through Ticketmaster, or just sometimes when I'm buying things that are like kind of sketchy, I will use the credit card. But as of like the beginning of August, we won't have a credit card amount due because it will have been paid in full. So, but I do have it here in case we do need to make a payment for whatever. Like the other day, I bought us tickets to a boat cruise in Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know. Did I just make that up? Yes. Something in Charleston, South Carolina. And typically I buy things through Expedia, which is not sketchy, but this website was a little sketch, so I put the tickets on there. But then I do still subtract that from the budget, so I do account for all credit card spending as if it were cash. That's how I do the whole budget situation. Etsy payday, life insurances are due, and then payday for my full-time job, which of course. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
You on your way?
I am.
Okay, talk to you when you get here. Filming. Alright, bye. But Etsy payday on Monday. Life insurance bills are due on the 27th. Payday for my full-time job on the 29th, which will basically just kind of roll over into September pretty much. And then a payday for my husband's full-time job. So that is pretty much all that we have going on here. Let's go ahead and get into the actual budget, and let me zoom in. Okay, so for the first income source, we have my income, and that is a compilation of all of my different income sources. I do have them broken down in our Every Dollar app, but for purposes of this, I just kind of go with the total amount. So I am going to do, because of it being a 3-pay period month, $7,300, which is going to be the minimum amount that I will bring in. And then my husband, I don't even know why I put this here, because we don't actually budget using his income. We save all of that for a bunch of different reasons, to include a house, taxes, etc., etc. So the first bill/expense is from our housing category, and it is rent/water/pest control. So pest control is something that we are having. Basically, pest control came in. They are supposed to bill our apartment complex, and then they're supposed to bill us. And they were supposed to let me know, well, they say that they're going to call me and let me know when they put the amount on our account, so I can just go onto our account and pay it, or even take them the money. But they have yet to call me, so I just continue to budget for it every month. So that will be $837, and I'm going to try to break down this budget like even further. So basically rent/water/pest control, all of that would be $837. The next one is cable/internet, and that is for high-speed internet and like 140 channels and a sports regional fee, like a sports package, $110.72. Electricity, I went onto the Georgia Power app, and they estimate something like $150 to $171. So I normally just tack on a few extra dollars, so I am going to go with $175. We're in the last week of the month, and we have used about $80 worth of electricity, so I don't really intend for it to be like $175. Probably not, but you know, just budgeting for it accordingly, because we have had some like 100 degree days here. The next one is cell phones, and this is going to be $86.50 for the both of us. We have AT&T prepaid and we have paid off phones, so obviously that's the only way you can have a prepaid. But basically our cell phone bill is so low because we brought our own phones to AT&T. We're able to have like such a low bill because we just pay for basically the amount of data and internet browsing and all of that we need. So I have actually unlimited everything, and my husband has unlimited talk, text, but 4 gigs of data. But he never runs over his data. If he ever got into a habit of that, we would just bring him up to unlimited as well, which is an additional $10, I believe, or $15. My allowance, which I will spend every bit of it. So let me tell you how I'm going to try to spend my $100 allowance. $85 is going to be for that event. If I choose to go, that would be a big commitment because, as you can see, I only have $100 for an allowance. And then $4 of it is going to be for that kit that I need to buy. So that is $89. And then that would leave me $11. So I would probably spend that at the planner meetup on, you know, buying things to support other shop owners and other sellers. So that's pretty much how I plan to spend that. My husband pretty much spends his on alcohol, to be honest, primarily. For beauty, so if I get my hair done, it'll be about depends on which hairstyle I want. They vary from like $50 to like $150. So it really just depends, but that's going to be included in that. I don't need any makeup as of right now. My husband's haircut would come out of that. I would get my eyebrows done out of that. I get my eyebrows done once a month typically. I could stand to do it more than once, but I'll try to keep it up myself because I don't like too much of my hair being waxed off. And then also nails, and this is dip powder, so it's expensive. So that's pretty much the beauty category, which once my nails get to a healthy place, I think I'm going to forego the nail situation. They're coming along. Anyway, donation/gifts. This is going to be a whopping $400. So I need 60 of it for sure for my husband's game. Possibly, which fun fact about my husband, he literally does not buy anything all year. Except he does use his allowance. He sometimes goes over a little bit, but otherwise he's under. And then all he wants every year is the NBA game and the 2K. Is that the same thing? Yeah, the games. And that's literally it. He does not like require much ever. Like I could go out of the country for 6 years and I would come back and he will have spent little to no money because he's just not a spender. He's a penny pincher. But 60, possibly 120 for those games. I will possibly buy that stroller set situation, which is like 150, and then what's remaining will be for maybe gifts for my godchildren, and then also maybe gifts for a gift or so for my mother-in-law, which y'all know the relationship that we have. If y'all remembered her living with us for 6 months, she tried to do that again. She tried to come over here the other day and stay. She left some of her belongings, so I suppose she'll be back, but like it's not that big of a deal. Basically, she's not gonna go like crying or anything if I don't get her anything, or vice versa, because it's not that serious. Toiletries, I'm gonna do 50. I have been doing 30, but that's kind of been cutting it close. Some months I do 50. I think I just need to consistently do 50. Travel, so possibly the Charlotte planner meetup situation, and then of course Houston, which oftentimes when I do those workshops, which if you would like a ticket, make sure that you click the link in the description box. It will be in Houston, Saturday, August the 10th. Probably like a little ad popping up around here somewhere. But oftentimes I have to pay for that stuff up front and then I get reimbursed. So oftentimes, with that being said, I also take it out of business. Out of this business category, and this is just my way of tracking business expenses and also showing to you guys what the business expenses are, and I'm able to like make it work like this so I don't have to do a completely different budget because I don't want to. So that's that. Our gym fees are $19.99 each. Again, trying to cancel my husband's because he does not go. He signed up in like January and I'm pretty sure he's gone twice. I've seen him there like twice. What? Speaking of, I texted my personal trainer earlier today and I haven't heard back, so that's a problem. Only because I hope he's okay and like alive. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I try to check on him like every now and again because I'm trying to train, but we have to. It's a lot that we got to go to before that gym can get up and running and we can train again. So anyway, as for gas, because we're down to one car, I'm pretty much going to keep the budget the same at $160. Life insurance, both of our bills are due on the same day because we signed up once we got married, so that's $42.19. Miraculously, $600 is something that we can get behind. So when we break that up, we try to do about $400 for food, which is about $100 a week, which when we go to the store, we basically get a lot of beef, steaks, ribeye, New York strip. We stand a New York strip. What do we get? A lot of fruits and vegetables. I like whipped Greek yogurt, oatmeal, just like basically try to stay out of, we kind of cut off processed foods at the store because when we eat out, we're obviously eating processed foods when we're going through like a drive-through, but we cut that out years ago, so we pretty much avoid the processed foods. If we do go through the like frozen dinners, we might get a pizza because there might be a time where we don't feel like cooking anything and or going out to eat because that's expensive, or like buying a pizza from Pizza Hut because that's expensive, you know, more expensive than our little cheap pizza. So, and then $200 is supposed to fund our eating out habit or our date nights, which is supposed to be like once a week for like $50-ish. Not date nights, but just like our eating out habit. So, I mean, we could totally go out to eat and that can count as a date, or it could also not. But we also do take dates out of here. So like when we go to the movies in August, it will come out of this category, and that type of situation. So for my minimum payment for my student loan, we're looking at $221.78, and for my husband's, we're looking at $73. We're like $73.42. We're really caught up on his student loans because we just paid $14,000 of the $28,000 in 5 months. So we're like way caught up. So that's why his minimum payment isn't what it once was, which was like 200 and something. Because we're like technically caught up. So for the house savings from this income, so instead of this saying debt, we are going to budget $2,000 even, and then the rest of it will come from my husband's income and his bonus and all of that. And then for miscellaneous, each month we do about $100, which covers any tomfoolery that pops up throughout the month that we may have forgotten about. And then the last category would be general. So assuming this is our income, assuming these are our expenses, what we would leave in our account, which then becomes our rollover for September, would be $948.51. So I don't really need a total here because I do an every dollar budget, which means that all of these bills and expenses total up to be $7,300. And this is just an easy way for us to budget. Again, we do save all of my husband's income, but it makes it so much easier to keep that separate instead of putting that in the budget, because the money literally just goes to our account. It's deposited into our account and it just stays there and we don't touch it. So we've only not been touching it for about 2 months. We were in a habit of touching it, and I would get in there to fund some type of trip, but the trips are pretty much chill at this point. I know we do have a couple of trips coming up. I have 1, 2, 3 business trips coming up, 4 back to back, and we just have 1 leisure trip for the remainder of the year. Just the September trip is the only leisure trip that we have planned for the remainder of the year. The business trips, oftentimes I don't have to pay much for those. I mean, I may have to pay for an Uber here or there or something like that, but typically the money's reimbursed or the money is given to me first. So this is our budget for the month of August, and I know it has a lot going on, but isn't it so pretty? Now I did do, like, if you haven't watched my video about like how to do a simple budget, then I will link that up here. And I did it in this planner, and I mean, it came out just as well, but I just like using the stickers. Plus, I make these at home. So anyway, that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
He just walked through the door.